Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. There is a video in integral calculus. I hope that through this video, your knowledge in mathematics and in general integral calculus will be enhanced. And I hope that you will charge this to your experience so that you will be accustomed to setting up integrals, especially for expressions in deriving moment of inertia of plane areas. So here is the problem. Find the moment of inertia of a circular area with respect to the diameter and use this result to derive the moment of inertia of the circular area with respect to a perpendicular to a plane through the center. So let's draw the figure. The problem was already presented, red. So we have to draw a circular area and the appropriate steps in setting up the integral for moment of inertia of area. So here it is. So we have here a circular area and I draw a strip, complete strip. We have horizontal, vertical strip. But in this case, I consider horizontal strip because for first timers, moment of inertia is supposedly integral of constant distance square. Remember, radius of gyration square times the differential mass. So in this case, the mass is considered area. So the differential mass is constant distance is differential area. So moment of inertia with respect to the x-axis or the diameter is, there are four cases. The circle lies in all quadrants. It is symmetric. So we will multiply the moment of inertia by 4. So integral of constant distance square, which is y sub c, which is just y, differential area. The differential area is the area of this rectangular strip, which is equal to x sub c, or simply x also, times thickness d sub y. So Ix equals I with respect to the diameter, 4 times integral from 0 to r, limits, I denoted the radius of the circle as big R, then constant distance square y square dA. If you consider vertical strip, remember that the moment of inertia of a rectangle with respect to the base, to its base, is 1/3 of the base, which is dx, times height cube y cube. If you use that, then you can also set up that integral for Ix, or I with respect to the diameter, as 1/3 integral of y cubed dx. But I'll proceed with this. It's up to you if you do that. For those who are already experienced with uh, moment of inertia of plane areas. So from the figure, by the way, the equation of the circle we have here by Pythagoras theorem, the center at the origin is x squared plus y squared equals radius square. If you do not know that, then you just look at this right triangle. We have x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That's the equation. Therefore, differential area, which is x times dy, and we can replace x by square root of big R squared minus y squared. So I sub d, 4 times integral 0 to r y squared square root of r squared minus y squared dy. Then, by our experience in integral calculus, when the integrand involves square root of constant square minus y square, we put the variable y as equal to r sine theta. And therefore, the differential dy is r cosine theta d theta. We then set up this or draw this triangle defining sine theta, which is opposite y over hypotenuse r, so that the adjacent side square root of r squared minus y squared is also r cosine theta. So I hope that you also experience this. For those who are already experienced this, even if you do not draw that triangle, you can set up that. So dy is r cosine theta d theta, and we change limits because we change variables. When y is 0, lower limit, 0 over r is 0, so sine theta is 0, so theta is arc sine of 0, 0. When y is equal to r, r over r is 1, arc sine of 1 is pi over 2 radians. So limits would now be 0 to pi over 2. So this is now 4 times I sub with respect to the diameter, integral 0 to pi over 2 quantity y square, so quantity r sine theta square times square root of r square minus y square, which is r cosine theta, and the differential dy is r cosine theta d theta. Factoring out r to the fourth, so that would be 4r to the fourth integral 0 to pi of sine square theta, then cosine square theta d theta. So this is by Wallay formula. Remember? So both m, which is 2, and n, 2 are even. So remember, Wallay formula is for definite integrals with limit 0 to pi over 2 would be m minus 1. Then until it is 1 or 2, you stop at 1 or 2. Then times n minus 2, exponent of cosine, n minus 1 rather, then until we reach 1 or 2 times alpha. Alpha is equal to pi over 2 if m and n are even, then 1 if otherwise. All over m plus n, sum of exponent, then decrease that by 2, m plus n minus 2, until you reach 1 or 2 also. So for this case, the exponent is 2, 2. So 4r to the fourth, 1 times 1 times pi over 2, all over 2 plus 2. So 4 times 2, stop at 2 also. So 4r to the fourth, 1 is 2 minus 1. Then another 1 for 2 minus 1. Alpha is pi over 2 because both 2 and 2 are even. Over sum of exponents 4 decreased by 2, so 2 stop at 2. So simplifying, cancel 4, so that would be pi over 4r to the fourth. So since the area of the circle is pi r square, we factor out pi r square and denote the area as mass m, so that moment of inertia with respect to the diameter or with respect to the x-axis, also by symmetry, it is also equal to I sub y is pi r square times r square over 4. So therefore, replacing pi r square by mass m, so 1/4 mr square. So that's the moment of inertia of a circular area with respect to the diameter. So another way, considering this strip here, dA, so that's the origin, and we have here that strip, the distance from center to the centroid of that very small element, which is maybe considered a point size element, is small r. So that's the perpendicular distance from the origin, and it is equal to integral of r squared dA. So that's dA, and that's small r. So I sub o equals integral of r squared dA. So this time, moment of inertia of this circular area with respect to an axis through the center perpendicular to the area. So r squared from the figure is of course x squared plus y squared. So that would be IO integrals 0 to big R of quantity x squared plus y squared. The distance from the y-axis x of that differential element. From the y-axis, it's y. So that's why x squared plus y squared quantity dA. But if we distribute integral of from 0 to r of x squared dA plus y squared dA, and we note that integral of x squared dA, integral of constant distance square, which is x squared dA, is IY. And integral of y squared dA, which we just set up here, is ix. So therefore, multiplying this by 4, that would be the moment of inertia with respect to the origin. So that it is just ix plus iy. And ix plus iy, which is also equal to I with respect to the diameter, then from there we conclude, and we already derived moment of inertia with respect to the diameter. So IO is simply equal to 2 times I with respect to the diameter. And since we already derived the moment of inertia with respect to the diameter, substituting, then I sub O is equal to pi r to the fourth over 2, and replacing pi r squared by m again, so that is 2 times this value, 2 times 1/4 mr squared. So that would be 1/2, IO is 1/2 mr squared. Then finally, another way which is simpler, by considering a circular ring as strip, so that it will represent the entire moment of inertia with respect to the origin of this circle. The radius is small r, and the thickness of that ring is dr, and its distance of course is r, so that every element of this circular ring is equidistant from the origin, and that is r. So IO equals integral of constant distance squared, small r squared. Differential area is the differential area of this circular ring. And the differential area, of course, is, if you can imagine, you cut that, then flatten it out, it appears to be a rectangle. The length of the rectangle is circumference times thickness. So therefore, IO is integral of small r squared dA. dA is again circumference 2 pi r dr. So that factoring out 2 pi, then integrating r cubed dr, that's 2 pi r to the fourth over 4. So finally, IO is pi r 4 over 2, and which is equal to this 1/2 mr squared. So that's it for this video. I hope that you understood the presentation and the solutions.